Welcome to the Literacy Rich Environment webinar in out-of-school time spaces and beyond. My name is Monica Wiles. I'm an early literacy coach with the Office of Children and Families. Literacy Rich Environment is the second phase in a three-step initiative called Light Touch Literacy to enhance the love of reading amongst youth in out-of-school time and beyond. What does it mean to make a space literacy rich? How do we transform out-of-school time spaces to support literacy? What can we bring to temporary spaces so they are literacy rich? How can we bring these qualities into the home and onto digital platforms? What resources are needed and what already exists in the space that we can enhance? Who creates the environment? What actions and thoughts can contribute to building the space? A literacy-rich environment is an intentionally designed space for children to explore and ignite their imaginations and interest in all forms of literature. The first element that we'll focus on is diverse texts, books that reflect the child's world, mirror books, as well as ones that transport them to other places, window, door books. Window books offer perspectives outside of what the reader already knows. Mirror books have characters that reflect the reader, characters who look like them, have the same identity, background, and experiences. Door books offer the reader doors into imagined worlds so they can travel beyond the pages. Diverse text also means non-traditional texts such as newsprint, magazines, poems, signs, plays, recipes, posters, audiobooks, and more. The next element of a literacy-rich environment is places to sit, read, and write. Sitting, reading, and writing can happen in chairs or at tables, and even on the floor. Simply adding a rug and pillows can make a huge difference. The next element is exercises for literacy learning. Here are 3 examples for exercises for literacy learning. First, worksheets for reflection and comprehension, such as vocabulary exercises, drawing the main character, or making text-to-self connections. 2, leading an intentional discussion for clarity and understanding, such as, why do you think the main character made that choice? If you could rewrite the ending, what would you change? Or what lesson is there to learn from the story? And third, games and activities that are creative and physical and engage youth with literacy beyond sitting and reading, such as act out the story using puppets and costumes, create a scavenger hunt for them to read the clues, write a song together, tell a story using action figures, or play a traditional board game like Scrabble. The last element of a literacy-rich environment is movement and choice. Multiple opportunities throughout the day to move to a different space and choose a text that sparks their interest. Here are some examples. In these spaces, a child can move about freely and make self-directed choices. Books and materials are organized and accessible at their eye level, and the walls are full of decorative support, such as reading anchor charts, for the child to find and utilize if they need. When creating a literacy-rich environment, where do you start? First, section off a small space. Have comfortable seating, places to write and read. Lighting is everything. Next, organize. Everything has a place. Sort the books into different genres, themes, or types of text. Create a reading level system, easy for youth to understand, maybe with colors, letters, or numbers. Stock your library with windows, mirrors, and door books, and multiple forms of literature. Have writing made easy. Paper and writing utensils easily accessible for youth to write or draw their thoughts about what they're reading. Decorate the walls with vocab words, motivational phrases, reading tips, anchor charts, class rules, event of the week, theme of the week, or word of the day. Have a creativity board, maybe a chalkboard, a blank poster board, an easel, a dry erase board, so everyone can write their thoughts and ideas. Lastly, share your love of reading. Designate intentional time for reading. Ask questions and encourage the kids to ask questions. Make reading fun and interactive. Here are some examples how to set up your space. You can decorate the walls with anchor charts such as story elements, punctuation, or choosing the right book. You can have a color word wall, student art, labels for the different things around the room, such as the computer, the clock, the window, the lamp, and have plenty of writing materials ready. When applying the literacy-rich environment model into your home or online, there are a few distinctions for both that can be helpful to note. In the home, the whole space is your canvas. What are some spots in the home that can be made intentional reading areas? How can you expand the pre-existing experience of the home? You could label household objects, put up charts with written phrases such as rules for the home, instructions how to wash hands, or family quotes. How can literacy become part of the home, like part of the family? How can the adults also make their space literacy rich for them to model the importance for the kids? On online platforms, though there isn't a physical space for kids to go into, there are ways to keep the sense of escape and play with designated literacy aspects. What charts, word walls, or decorations can be hanging up on the walls in the background of the video? How can you utilize the chat box for sharing literacy exercises and discussions? What elements can you incorporate to make the experience as multifaceted as possible to hold their interest, such as directed movement, sounds, games, or art? Everything you need is right around you. Found objects and craft projects can be the best decoration. Dig through the recycling bin to find cardboard, bottles, jars, egg cartons, cereal boxes, whatever you can find, and do craft projects with them. Use donation clothing fabric to cut up and reuse. Gather old magazines and newspapers to collage with. The most important missing link to creating literacy-rich environments is you. The adults who are curating the space and the experience for children are crucial in how they view and come to connect with the literature. Kids are sponges and observe all that you do. Share your wonder and excitement about reading. Carve out intentional time to read aloud to them. Create activities and strategies to open and close reading and comprehending stories together. If you're curious about literacy-rich environments and want to learn more, there will be a live, hour-long webinar in July 2020. You can register on Eventbrite. Come prepared with any questions or concerns about how literacy-rich environments can be a part of your OST space, in person or virtual. Think about what spaces you have experienced personally that made you excited about reading. What was it about them? How can you build off what you already have and is working well? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me at monica.wiles@phila.gov.